Ladies, I'm back with day 4 of how to get a guy in 30 days. Now, we've already gone over how to slide into his DMs, but I know a vast majority of you are hopeless romantics and want to meet him in person, but are too scared to go up and say hi. So today I'm going to be giving you my top tips on how to approach a guy you like in person. Number 1 is the pre-meet prep that you must do before you meet him. No, for real, it's a non-negotiable, and if you don't do it, you fail the course. You got to work on your confidence, babe. Every single morning, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself how much of a bad bitch you are. That confident girl that you want to be, start telling yourself that you are her. Your brain doesn't know the difference and it will trick you into believing that you are. And before you know it, that's what you become. Okay, so now you know how to talk like a bad bitch, you got to know how to walk like one. So baby, you're going to have to fix that posture of yours. ASAP. Otherwise, you might walk into a room and get mistaken for Quasimodo. Yes, I did just make a Hunchback of Notre Dame reference. Girl, body language is everything. And you walking in hunched over is subconsciously going to show him that you're closed off. Imagine there's a piece of string pulling you up. Roll your shoulders back and walk like you're balancing books on your head. Not only is everyone going to think you're mad confident, you're going to demand everyone's attention when you walk into that room. And on the plus side, it makes your boobs look perkier too. Okay, so let's say the setting's a bar. An iconic meet cute, I know. Drink in hand, you see him at the other side of the bar. It goes without saying you're going to give him eye contact. However, if you pair this with a cheersing motion and a smile, they definitely can't mistake it for being accidental. And if they're interested, the likelihood is they'll take the hint and come over to talk to you. Minimum effort, maximum gain. However, let's say the guy that you like is in the same industry as you. And you know of him, but you've never had a conversation with him. Next time you're at a work event and he's there, girl, this is your moment to go stealth mode and subtly get closer to him to start this conversation. Now, what you're not going to do is make a beeline for him and go directly speak to him. Instead, you're going to work the room like the little social butterfly you now are. Smile as much as possible, but not in a weird way. Mingle and network with other people, and gradually work your way over to him so you've got the prime opportunity to introduce yourself. And this part really isn't as complicated as you seem to think it is. No one's asking you to serenade him off the bat. Literally just saying hi to him in person is more than what 99% of women do. You're already in the 1%, babe, you got this. Now, in this type of a function, you're obviously going to have common interests. If you're worried about being rejected and it being weird at work, literally just ask him a question about something you both have a shared interest in. AKA whatever you do for work. And if you don't know what that is, there's always something that happens at an event. Talk to him about that. Now the conversation's flowing, this is where you need to do your digging, okay? Use your eyeballs, see if he has a ring, and if not, that's your cue to ask for his info. If this helped, make sure you follow me for day 5. This is weird things guys do when they like you. Guys, confirm or deny in the comments, and girls, this is the unofficial boy Bible. You're going to want to save it and make notes. Number 1, social distancing, and I'm not talking COVID. Have you ever had a guy tell you he likes you, only to then distance himself and run for the hills? Contrary to popular belief, he does not think you're a walking ick. Guys do this for 2 reasons. 1, to see if you actually care enough to text him first, and 2, because he knows he likes you and he's scared of losing you. Ironic, I know. Number 2, the awkward silence. You could be having multi-platform conversations with this guy, and he could be dropping WRIZ over text. But for some reason, when you guys meet up in person, there's an awkward silence and the energy's different. PSA, they're not drier than the fucking Sahara, babe. You just make them nervous. Number 3, the joker. If a guy sends you memes and makes jokes way too often, he likes you. And he does it because he thinks your smile's cute and he wants to see it more often without being weird. Mr. Uninterested. If you speak to a guy 24/7 and the conversation is great, good vibes, you get on like a house on fire. But when it comes down to hanging out and seeing each other, he's never one to initiate. He either likes you and just has a fear of rejection, or you are being catfished and you should definitely FaceTime him right after you've watched this video. Number 5, little man. I would just like to apologise to the boys for outing you on this one. But girls, when a guy acts like a child around you and does some dumb shit like the big man-child that he is, yeah, you guessed it, he likes you because you make him feel comfortable and safe enough to do so. So cute. Now, I'm sure you've heard the phrase treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen. But some guys do take this very literally, almost to the point where you think that they hate you. If he's constantly arguing with you or saying negative things, he's into you. Listen, if he actually disliked you, he wouldn't say shit to you. Understand, he would have zero time for you. So this is just reverse psychology to create sexual tension. And girls, this last one is stating the obvious, but some of you really need telling. If a guy asks you if you have a boyfriend, bestie's not typing up a Wikipedia page on you. He's not on a fact-finding mission, and he's not just trying to be polite. Use your brain. Why else would he want to know this information? It's because he's trying to claim the title himself. That's all for today's class. Make sure you follow me for more Boy Bible studies. Amen. This is weird things girls do when they like you. Girls, I'm sorry, but someone had to tell them. Okay, we're gonna kick things off with the knee radar. If you've ever gotten into an argument with a girl, you know she's done the knee thing. You know the one when her knees control her entire body and make her move away from you so she doesn't have to look you in the eyes. Well, funnily enough, we use the exact same logic when we like you, except the other way around. So if you're having a conversation and her knees are pointing towards you, she's into you. This next one, sneaky. And it genuinely pains me that I'm having to say this out loud. Now, only the elite girls know to do this. If she likes you and your conversation started to dry out, she'll call you, let it ring for a little bit, and then immediately hang up. Just so that you either 1, call her back, or 2, message her being like, oh, did you call? Now, she'll either plead ignorance or say it was an accident and try and continue a conversation. Number 3 is Shy Guy Beach and has absolutely nothing to do with Mario. Okay, when it comes to dating, girls aren't that different to guys. Like, we get nervous too, okay? We could be having the best conversation and then still see you in real life and freeze and have no idea what to do, which then results in a really awkward hug where no one knows where anyone's arms are going. Please, boys, for the sake of all girls, let us know if it's above or below the shoulders. If she acts shy and awkward around you, odds are she likes you. Number 4. Code red. Boys, I am still unsure how you've not clocked onto this, but girls will literally be having a conversation about you when you're right in front of them, and you are still completely oblivious. Why? It's because amongst our friends, we all have a code name for you. So if you ever notice a girl come out with a random word around you, followed by some real awkward eye contact to her mates, odds are she's into you and she's just let them all know you've entered the building. If she asks you when your birthday is, it is not so she can start planning a surprise party months in advance. It's so she can find out what your zodiac sign is and your moon, sun, rising, so she can see how compatible you would be and delve further into the specifics of your birth chart to know what your weaknesses are before she even gets involved, so she can make the exact decision as to whether she wants you in her life or not. And if she also asks you for the time of birth, yeah, she's doing the full background check on you. On the same kind of vibe, if a girl likes you, I guarantee she has said her name with your last name just to check if it sounds right. We could have literally had one conversation with you and we'll already be doing this. We really be out here getting pre-prepared. And last but not least, God, I feel like I need a megaphone for this one. If she's going out of her way to let you know she is single, hates seeing other couples and complains about it, especially in the months October to December, then please, for the love of God, just make your move already. And if you want to increase your chances of not being single this Christmas, make sure to follow me for more videos like these. This is things guys will never tell girls. For safety reasons, if anyone knows of a bodyguard, please holler at me because I am going to need it after this video. Boys, I'm sorry in advance, and girls, if you want to find out, then keep watching. Number 1 is sadly not that they watch Pretty Little Lies in their spare time, but one thing they will be taking to the grave is that compliment that you gave them. It doesn't happen that often, so they're going to remember it for all of eternity. And while we're on the topic of compliments, they all want them, but they will never ask you for them, because that would give off way too much pick-me energy. Number 2 is the Instagram commentary. When you post a fire photo, best believe that every guy wants to comment on that post. But amongst all the Queen Slay, I wish I was you comments, they would stick out like a sore thumb, so they avoid it entirely. But now at least you know the thought was there. Number 3, the male gaze. Don't worry, I'm not going all feminist on you right now. The male gaze in question is when you're telling them about your day or something interesting that happened to you, and they're just kind of staring off into space, and everything you said just went straight over their heads. So naturally, you ask them what they're thinking about. Every time, they answer nothing. It'll be something stupid like, I wonder what the average giraffe neck size is, but they think you're gonna think they're weird, and will then continue to ask further questions that they cannot explain. So the easiest, most obvious escape route is to just say nothing. That being said, amongst other questions questionable topics. When it comes to the boys, they really do not hold back, especially when it comes to party chat. But on more PG terms, when they like a girl, their boys will know everything. They just won't be admitting their feelings to you anytime soon. Princess Peach. If you happen to be one of God's favourites and don't resemble an ironing board like me, if you're blessed with the goods, best believe that every single insecurity you have about your body in between, it doesn't exist. And even if he went as far as mentioning what they were, immediately forgotten, because he was blinded by the booty. Now, similar to the male gaze, if you start talking to them about the drama that Sharon got into at work today, or in fact any life update from a female friend, they've immediately zoned out at the mention of their name. However, if a guy at any point in your day has said anything to you, even hi, they expect to be briefed on this effective immediately. Now, last but not least, ladies, we have the good night text. If you received the sleep well, sweet dreams, good night combo between the hours of 11 and 12, he absolutely is not going to sleep and is 100% either watching anime or about to jump on with the boys. I could continue, but I won't yet, so make sure you follow me for a part 2.